As we go through this mindful movement meditation, be aware of how you feel and make any adjustments that you need to make sure you feel comfortable and that it's not creating any pain for you, but allows you to push up against your boundaries, but not over them. You can let the shoulders tuck under as you lie down on the floor, making sure that your neck feels comfortable and that the legs are comfortable. Feel your neck nice and long and free. Allow your feet to fall open from the hips. And notice the quality of your breath. Without changing it, see if you can just notice what you feel. Notice how you breathe. And take a deep breath in. And a deep exhale. Again, take a deep breath in. And a deep exhale. Feel your head get heavy on the floor. Feel any of the tension dissolve from the shoulders, from the neck. And allow the earth, the floor, to support you. Extend your arms up overhead and extend the legs forward toward the front of the room. So you're extending through the fingers and toes, reaching as far as feels good to you, being careful not to overdo it. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Breathing into the body. And feel the extension through the shoulders, through the elbows, through the wrist, and out through the fingers. And then notice the longer you hold that, what you feel. And if it becomes too much at any point, you can always bring the arms down alongside you. But if you're okay, stay with it. And notice any warmth that maybe gets created in the shoulders. Maybe you feel something in the elbows. Maybe reaching more powerfully through the fingers, extending through the fingers. Breathing in and out through the nose. Again, checking in, noticing how you feel. Take a deep breath in. And a deep exhale. Knowing that you can release out at any point, but if you're okay, notice the sensations that you're feeling and breathe into them. And take a deep breath in. As you exhale, very slowly bring your arms down alongside you, noticing how they feel as you bring them back down to the floor. And when you get your hands on the floor, let everything rest. The whole body rest, being supported by the earth. Take a deep breath in. A deep exhale. Make sure there's no tension in the shoulders, no tension in the hips. Just notice the sensations that you feel. Bend up your knees and bring your feet down flat on the floor. Noticing just the pelvis Letting your feet be at least 6 inches apart, if not maybe even a little bit wider if that feels good for you. And with the small of the back down on the ground, gently begin to tilt the pelvis back and forth so that when you tip the pelvis toward the floor, you feel a little arch get created in the low back, like you could slide your hand under that area. And when you tip towards your head, that you feel the small of the back press down. Be very mindful, tilting back and forth, noticing if that movement goes up the spine, even maybe moving the head. Just gently rock back and forth through the pelvis. And pause back in the center. Let the pelvis get heavy again. Let everything rest. Bring your knees in towards your chest. You choose where you hold on to those knees, but wrap yourself into a little ball. And if it feels good, you can lift your head off the ground, or you can keep it down. You could rock side to side if that feels good, massaging the back a little. Breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing what you feel. Notice if there's tension anywhere. The head's lifted, maybe you can release the tension of the neck. Noticing maybe where you do feel any tension, any gripping, and see if you can let that relax. Allowing the knees to pull in toward the chest. Maybe the belly can relax a little deeper. Maybe you're holding on to each of the knees, or clasping your hands or your elbows to hold the knees in. You choose, or even holding behind the thighs. In whatever way works for you, just letting the knees hug in toward the chest. Noticing what arises as you stay in this position. Deep breath in. And a deep exhale. If your head's lifted, you can gently lower your head down to the ground. And gently holding on just to the right leg, let your left leg extend out long on the mat. Taking note of how the left leg feels as you hug the right knee in. Take a breath in. And a deep exhale. And while you're hugging that right knee in, if you would like, you can lift the head off the mat again, maybe even bringing the forehead to the knee as you hug in. And maybe you hold that position, or maybe you don't. Maybe the body wants to let go right away. Take note of that. Maybe noticing if staying feels okay, if you can breathe through it and create any less tension in the body. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Letting your left leg rest down on the ground. Take a deep breath in. Deep exhale. You can gently release the head down if it was lifted, and extend the right leg out long. Letting everything rest down on the ground. Take a deep breath in and a deep exhale. And then take your left knee and bring it in toward the chest. Hugging it in nice and tight. Maybe lifting the head up off the ground. Maybe the forehead and the knee can touch. And again, notice if immediately you want to get out of that. Maybe you stay and maybe you don't. Just notice where your edge is. And if you need to relax down, then you can. And if you can stay and breathe, you can stay and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, wherever you are. A deep breath in, a deep exhale. And again, checking in with the sensations that you feel. Breathing into them, seeing if you can release any tension. And you can gently relax the head down if it's lifted. Be mindful as you extend the left leg out long. Allowing everything to melt into the floor again. Let the shoulders tuck under. Allow the feet to fall open from your hips. And take a deep breath in. A deep exhale. And then bend the legs back up, bringing them into your chest. You can roll to your side, whichever side feels best to you. And just use your top hand to press yourself off the floor and make your way onto all fours. With your knees underneath your hips and your wrists underneath the shoulders. So that you're on all fours. On the inhale, lift your chin up and your tailbone up. Let the belly hang down. On your exhale, round through the spine. Push the earth away. As you inhale again, lift up. Let the belly come down. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. And feel what that feels like in your back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, round through the spine, pressing the earth away as much as you can, pausing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. On your next inhale, coming back into cow, lifting the chin, lift the tailbone. And on the exhale, round through the spine, push the earth away. And bring yourself back into a neutral position. Pulling in through the belly button. Extend your left leg back to the back of the room, back of your mat, and extend your right arm forward. Nice and long through the spine, extending through the fingers and through the toes, noticing that it takes some strength in that left shoulder and hand to keep you balanced and to hold you in this position. Notice the warmth that gets created, maybe in the body, or just what other sensations you can feel as you hold this position. Take a breath in and an exhale. Now gently release your hand and knee down to the ground. Pausing on all fours for a moment. Extend the right leg back and let the left arm extend forward. Noticing the strength that it takes to hold up your body and even the strength you're building as you hold. Noticing the warmth that you feel, the muscle recruitment that happens in the body to hold this position for you, and just what feelings it creates in your body and maybe the thoughts in your mind. Take a deep breath in And as you exhale, bring that hand and knee back down to the ground. Take a deep breath in and a deep exhale. Bring your big toes together and push yourself back to child's pose with your hips to your heels, and your hands can stay in front of you, or you could stack your fist and put your forehead on your fist or on your palms or on the floor. Breathe into your low back and take a deep breath in and a deep exhale. Again, take a deep breath in and a deep exhale. Gently bring yourself back up. Coming back down onto your back in a way that feels good for you. Use the sides of the legs to help you roll down. Let your back rest on the ground for a moment with the knees bent. And stack your hands one on top of the other and take them behind your head so you let your head just rest in your hands. And bring your knees in towards your chest and let your knees fall over to the right side. You can let them just hang unless that doesn't feel good, or let them come down to the ground. If you need something underneath the knees or in between the thighs, feel free to put that there. Make sure it feels comfortable on your low back. You can take the eye gaze past your left elbow. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose as you twist. Take a deep breath in, a deep exhale. And bring your knees back to the center. And let them fall over to the left side. And again, you could put something underneath the knees or in between the knees to make it a little more comfortable. Eye gaze can stay toward the ceiling, or you can turn it past the right elbow. And notice where you feel the sensations. You can gently bring the legs back to the center and extend your legs out long with your arms down beside you. Fully resting in your final Shavasana, dead man's pose. Let the shoulders tuck under, letting the neck be nice and long and free. Allow your feet to fall open from the hips, feeling completely supported by the earth. Notice what you feel throughout your body. So let your body rest on the mat. deep exhale. You can begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. And maybe move your head from side to side. When you're ready, bring your knees in towards your chest. And just gently roll over onto your side, pausing in the fetal position for a moment. With your knees bent, let everything rest. You can use your bottom arm as a pillow if you'd like. And then use your top hand to press yourself off the ground. And you can bring yourself back into a seated position.